You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of LadyJMedia. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Everybody, welcome to What Up Baltimore. My name is Dr. Lady J. I am actually away in Florida, so I want to first say thank you to my dad because he looked at me and said that I needed to take a break, and he paid for me to come to Florida. So really happy about that. I want him to know that I appreciate it because I definitely needed a break. The past couple of months have been rough months. And I want to say thank you to those of you who understood when I said that I'm dealing with something, I got a case going on, and you understood. For those of you who didn't, I just say God bless you. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm human. And so, but I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been, reaching out, just checking on me to see if I'm okay. But actually, I am good. For those of you who don't know, I go in and out of the detention centers and prisons. I've been doing it for probably about, my son is 27, so more than 27 years, actually going in and out. But the difference now is that I go in as a chaplain and I'm actually working with them and all the way up until it's time for them to go into the courtroom. Sometimes I have to speak when I go into court. And so if there are times when I'm busy or I seem like I don't have time to talk or do a whole bunch of stuff, that's the reason why, because it's very important that I stay focused on what I'm doing. So tonight we're going to continue talking about those who are incarcerated. And a lot of you have been tuning in, listening to Sean Gardner. And last week we were talking about behind the wall mentors and beyond the wall mentors, and we had Atari on here last week, and I'm just amazed at everything that they are doing. I am, every time he tells me something, I'm just like, wow, because he's on the inside. And so tonight we have a really, really special guest that Sean has told me about. He's actually on the inside, but you all are going to get to hear the amazing things that he is doing, the amazing things that he has done while he's on the inside. So the purpose of the show is to always let everybody know that just because the guys go inside doesn't mean that they're in there and they're messing up and they're doing the wrong things. Some of them are inside doing really great things. And then when they come out, they're doing even greater things. So Sean, thank you for being with us tonight. For those who may not know who you are, and this may be their first time tuning in, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Talk to me?
Yes, Sean.
Oh, okay. I'm Sean Gardner. I'm the founder of Behind the Wall Mentors. It's a group of men that are put together in Roxbury Correctional Institution and North Branch Correctional Institution back in 2008. And basically what we do is try to mentor at-risk youth and try to deter them from going on the same road that we went down, which led us to prison.
Got it. Okay, and you have a special guest tonight that you want to introduce us to. Tell us who he is.
This is Dr. Joshine Walls. He's been mentoring with us since around about 2010. He has a foul message about his redemption and what he do for the youth.
Okay, now
he can tell you better than I can.
Right. And let me just say, I don't know if you all missed what he said. He said, Dr. I hope I'm saying his name right, Joshine Walls.
Yeah, Dr. Joshine Walls.
Dr. Joshine Walls. Now, he got his doctorate while he was incarcerated, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I wanted to make that clear, Sean, because there is no excuse, because we have people walking around out here who won't even go and get their GED. So I wanted to make it clear that this brother did that while he was incarcerated. So shout out to him. And we want to take a moment and talk to him and find out, and actually listen to some of his videos today. So we want to take a moment and hear from him and celebrate this brother.
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate you too for giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
And y'all make sure you share this
Hello?
video. Dr. Joshim, let me make sure I'm saying this name right. Dr. Joshim, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. Listen, I am, like I said, every week, I'm always in awe of what you all are doing on the inside, all of the great things you're doing on the inside. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
46 years old. I was sentenced to life in 1998. I have a little bit over 25 years in. Been incarcerated, for a few of the facilities in the state of Maryland. Hooked up with glue when we were out back. It was called the Annex back a few years ago. I started cutting his hair before he even thought about doing behind the wall mentors back in there. I've been cutting hair in prison for over 20 years. Okay. So, but we just been doing things in here, trying to get the youth on the right path. So that's what I'm geared toward, and that's what I do on a daily basis.
Wow. And what the one question, because you said you have a life sentence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
To be honest with you, what keeps me motivated is my children. I have 2 sons and 2 daughters, 2 grandsons and 2 granddaughters, but just not wanting to see them in a situation that I found myself in, and letting them know that change is always good. So regardless of wherever you find yourself, to always be educated. So I just stayed my whole time educating myself so that I can better myself, but in turn learn, but able to teach others as well.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so, what was your doctorate in? Your study?
Sacred theology. Christian education.
Oh, Christian education. Okay. Wow, awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
And
yeah, been a preacher in here for over 20 years.
Oh, you're a preacher inside?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, is it an actual church or that you have where you just preach at different times?
I've been preaching in all the prisons that I've been in, and I've been the overseer over all the prisons that I've been in since I've been in here. Wow. And let me ask you. That was my ultimate, deciding factor of not getting in trouble and stuff like that. Just being, I'm a disciplined person, so I like order and I like structure, and that's what I geared myself doing, and that's what I've been doing since day one.
Okay. And how old were you when you were incarcerated for this sentence?
21 years old.
And how old are you now?
I'm 46. I'll be 47 in July.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. So your children have actually had to, you've had to actually see your children grow up while you've been incarcerated.
I've missed everything of their lives. Everything.
Yeah.
That's a struggle in and of itself.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how do you deal with that part of it? I don't know if any of them have graduated from high school or going to college or prom or whatever, but how do you deal with that behind the wall?
That was a hard thing. All 4 of them have graduated. Like I said, I'm a grandfather now, so a few of them have kids. My daughter has 2 sons, and my oldest son has a daughter, and my youngest son has a daughter. And I have one other daughter. She doesn't have any kids yet. Thank God for that.
Okay.
They're trying to age me too fast. But just being in constant contact with them, but just also me not growing up with a father in the picture, I know how hard it can be for them. Even to this day, I can still see it on their faces, the pain of me not being there with them, even to this day as they're grown adults.
Yeah. I can imagine, because I could not imagine not being around my dad. I couldn't. So, and I know that has to be difficult for you, not really being able to do anything about it. But I want to say to you the greatest thing that you have done is what you did. Like, you've educated yourself to show them that even though you're incarcerated, that doesn't mean stop, you know, that you can still
Exactly.
continue
It's not
on.
how you start, but how you finish.
Exactly, exactly. And so, I think somebody had a question. I think it was a couple weeks ago, but how do you all, when you are registering for college, are they classes that you take online, or do people come and teach the courses?
Okay, they only have different things here. Like, they had the class now that Georgetown is offering now. But back then, when I was going, everything was via through the mail. You have to do everything via mail.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't have any online classes or computers and stuff, especially when I started 25 years ago. They didn't have none of that. So you had to do a lot of correspondence and distant learning. And once you finish your work and stuff like that, you had to get somebody like the chaplain to go over your work and to make sure that, you did your own work and stuff like that. So, but it was fun. It was a challenge, but me educating myself, like when the parole board had told me a few months ago, they try to figure out how did I stay out of trouble for, the time that I've been in here. And I told them, I said, I've been educating myself the whole time. So if I'm educating myself, I don't have time to get in trouble.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when do you think that you will ever be able to come out? I know you said you have a life sentence.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I had a parole hearing last year in June, and they told me to come back in 2025. And this is to be honest, and not to make this a religious session, but I prayed 2 times. I used Psalms chapter 17, verse 2, and I sent 2 letters. And so they advanced my parole from January 2025 till September of this year. I go up for parole in a few months.
Okay, you know what? We're going to have to come together. We're going to have to have a prayer session. We're going to have to pray.
Okay, I don't have no problem with that.
Yes.
I do that too.
Yes. We're going to have a prayer session. I'm going to have to pull all the prayer warriors together, and we're not going to do nothing for the hour but pray and ask God to do.
Okay, we can touch and agree.
That's
I don't have no problem with that.
That's
ready.
Right. Ask God to do what he does, because we've had several people that had a life sentence, and they were able to come out. So, we know that God can do anything. So that's what I believe. He can do anything. And, so we're going to come together and we're going to pray about that. But tell me about your book.
Okay, I have my first book is my autobiography. It's a book. The title of it is Behind These Walls, and it was a book on basically an autobiography or a memoir about my life. The struggles that I went through growing up without a father. My mom was in prison. And just me living from family member to family member, being adopted by my family to be able to go to school. Not really situated, so I was always unstable. And me getting in trouble as adolescence all the way up to discharge. And then coming to prison, and I give my story of transformation coming in here. And so what I wanted to do was to, have a story to be able to share with my kids, the legacy that I'm leaving behind. It's not the things that you hear about what your father has done 25 or 30 years ago, but what about when he went in? Did he still continue to do the same things or the same actions that I was doing when I was home? Which I didn't. I did a total 180. I turned all the way around and said the same things that I got locked up for. I would not come in prison. I would not drink, and I would not smoke. So no drug and alcohol free for over 25 years. I haven't had infraction for over 25 years, meaning never been on lockup or anything like that, for anything punitive. And I just wanted to set the best example for them. I set a wrong example for them, for me incarcerated, but I was just letting them know that even though I'm in here, your dad is making great strides. And when you can have your kids say that they are proud of you, that's one of the greatest things of the world, even though I'm in here.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is so, listen, congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The power of the mind. I tell people, you can change your mindset. You can do whatever you want to do. It's the power of the mind. So thank you so much. Before I ask you any more questions, Hamza Hamilton is on here, and he wanted to know if you remember him.
Say that one more time.
His name is Hamza Hamilton. He wanted to know if you remembered him.
Absolutely, I remember him. He used to bring the newspapers to my building when I was down JCI.
Okay, he's actually on here watching.
Okay.
Really nice brother. I met him down in Annapolis. He was down in Annapolis quite a few times, helping to fight some of the bills for those, criminal justice. And so he's on here.
Okay.
We also have Miss Van Green. She wants to know if you remember a brother named Raheem. Is
Roheen.
uh-huh.
I probably have to see faces. Man, I went to 4 different jails in the state of Maryland. So many faces in over 25 years. So some names I forget, but some faces I don't forget faces.
Okay.
So I remember Hamza. He's my one of my buddies, rap buddies, friend. Sean. His name is Sean Goodman. So I do remember Hamza.
Okay. And then y'all, I don't have my glasses on, y'all. Let me see what this saying. Miss Van says the lifers are the ones coming home. God gives everybody as many chances as they deserve. I believe in human life, to get back up on their feet, to move different, and to make changes. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're making changes, and not just for the people inside to see, but we have people online watching. We got people on the radio listening, and so other people are getting to see that just because you are incarcerated does not mean that you just go in and give up. And you are an example to all of the younger guys that are coming in as well. What are you able to really sit down with these young guys when they come in and have a conversation with them about prison, and that prison is not a joke, prison is not a vacation?
Yes, I am. Mostly, a lot of the guys, when cutting hair, you're going to see a lot of people come through the barbershop. And unfortunately, when they come to the barbershop now, a lot of them, under the influence of something, but I'm able to talk to them while they're in the chair. For those that do want help, not everybody wants help. A lot of people want to stay in their lifestyle, but for those that do want to change, I offer them, opportunity to go to church, service. I pray for them right there in the chair. I don't charge them to cut their hair. I also do legal petitions, appeals, and everything. I don't charge them to do their work. I just want them to be better, and I just want to show them that if I can do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? So I just try to be the best example that I am. Anything that I'm doing, I try to set an example for these guys. Mm-hmm. So I'm encouraged by, you said the people that are listening and people that are looking on. Mm-hmm. I look forward to doing the same thing. I don't look forward to coming home and just doing my own thing and forgetting about people that's incarcerated. I did my schooling and everything. I did my paralegal certification and everything for a reason, so that I can give back. And so that's what I'm doing now. Even while I'm in here, I'm still touching people in here, but as well as on the outside as well. So the walls don't, the walls to me don't have no boundaries. I have a voice, and my voice is loud. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm here for.
And that's awesome, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these guys, I'm sitting in the courtroom, and they just look at going to prison or going to detention centers like it's a joke, like it's a vacation.
Yeah. A rite of passage.
Yes. And I was just in court a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking at these young guys, and it's no big deal to them, and I'm glad that they have somebody like you in there, and Sean and other guys who are telling them to get themselves together. That's not the place you want to grow up, and that's not, where you want your future to be. So I really appreciate you all, taking the time to do that. Because again, with a life sentence, you really don't have to do anything. But
exactly.
That's
made for people to give up. I'm one of those. Right. That's one of the titles in my book. Never give up. I don't give up on anything. Yeah. I set my mind to it. I'm going to complete it. I'm going to see it through to the end. Right. It's just like being a BTW mentor. It's not just being a BTW mentor because I'm in here. The marathon continues when I'm on the outside, being a BTW mentor. Mm-hmm. That's just what I am. I love being a mentor. I love, helping men and women, to come into their full potential. If I can do it, and I'm letting them know my background, and I give them my story, then they can do it too. So I like to talk to them because my story and my lifestyle is very relatable to them. A lot of kids don't want to hear you talk about anything if you haven't been through something. So they can look at me now and never know that I smoke weed, or I smoke PCP, or I drunk alcohol. They don't see that now, but I can let them know that I did that at one particular time. God has changed me and transformed me. Now I'm doing something new, and you can do the same thing too. You can be in this fire, and just like Daniel Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but you does not smell like smoke. So that's what I'm trying to let them see, that there's something greater than just coming through prison, and saying that I've been in prison for 5 years or 10 years. And I'm letting these guys know I've been in here for over 25 years, and some of these guys are younger than me. So I can relate to them, and they can relate to me, and they listen to me.
Right.
So that's just what it is. I'm just here. I'm here for the cause. I'm down for the cause.
And you know what? A lot of these young men need a male figure in their life. You know.
Yes, they do.
And so you actually speaking up and being that male, sometimes that's all they need. That's all they want. You know. And it wasn't ever really about them getting in trouble and going into prison, but they needed that male in their life to point them in the right direction. So I'm glad that you were there, you know, with him. Hey Kemp, do you know a guy named Kemp Earl Mitchell?
Kemp Earl Mitchell. I don't know that name right offhand. Is he in this prison?
No, he's out now, but he said to tell you to keep your head up.
Okay, I sure will. Tell him thank you. And all the encouraging words, you know what I mean?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
They build me up.
Yes.
And I appreciate all the, you know what I mean, everybody for listening. I thank you for, you know what I mean, doing all that you do.
Yeah.
And when your dad tells you to rest, make sure you get your rest. That was very important.
Yes, you know what? I'm telling you, I'm thankful for him because otherwise I would still be in Baltimore working. But but as you can see, brother, I'm still down here working in Florida. You know, I'm still down here working.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I know
I don't want this phone call in, but I do thank you for your time.
Yes, if you want to call back, you can. I'll hold on if you want to call back.
You calling back? Okay, yes, ma'am. We're calling back.
Okay, all right.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so we're gonna wait everybody for them to call back, but I just really love doing this because so many of our, especially brothers, I know we have women that are incarcerated, but so many of our men get such a bad rap. Nobody talks about stories like this. You know, you don't see stories like this on the news or documentaries done, you know, on guys like this who are incarcerated. We get all the stories about they in there doing this, they fighting. I hate that show that's called 60 Days In. I will not watch that show because all they show is black men in there fighting each other, cussing, doing all kinds of stuff. Why not show something positive like this? Why not do 60 Days In and go in and watch a brother like Sean Gardner in there doing what he's doing? This other brother doing what he's doing has a doctorate degree in prison with a life sentence. Why not do a story like that? And so, you know, me having a son, and people are always like, you're always talking about your son. You're absolutely right. I'm going to talk about my son. My son is 27 years old, and me having a son, that's something that I constantly celebrate over and over and over again, because nobody is going to celebrate our black men. And if we don't do it, ain't nobody else going to do it. And so this is why I'm constantly putting stuff like this up front, because the media who puts all these stories out about everything else, you will never hear something like this, you know, because they don't want that to get out. The media feeds you what they want you to take in. That's why you can't take in everything. I'll be telling y'all that. You can't sit there. Okay, can't sit there and watch everything. Now, we had a comment. Let me see. Van said, exactly, Kemp. Yeah, Kemp. We need to go in there. We need to go in and we need to figure out how we can help. One of the ways that we are helping now is just by giving them a voice to be able to come across the airwaves. Like now, y'all, we on iHeart Radio. So we're on the radio. We're on iHeart Radio. We're on all the social media platforms. So this is really giving them a voice to be able to say what they're doing and express what they're doing. And my brother, Kemp, I love Kemp Earl. Let me tell y'all something. Kemp Earl came out with feet on the ground running. Okay, that brother, he's done more stuff since he's been out. And one thing Kemp said to me when he came out was, I want to go into entertainment. And I was like, okay, like I told him, I'm gonna rock with you all the way. And let me tell you something, everything that he has put out, it's been packed. Okay, the place has been packed. These comedy shows, they're funny. He don't just have just, you know, little random people. He got people in there. Okay, people that everybody knows. So, you know, those are accomplishments that we have to keep talking about and we have to keep encouraging these brothers and sisters to keep doing what they're doing. And even if nobody else tells their story, we got to tell it. And you help to tell the story as well by sharing these videos. Is he back on there? Is Sean back? Yeah. Okay, they're back on. So, so Miss Van said we get bad news anyway. That's the new opposed to life. Opposed to life. People don't ever want to see nobody get ahead, especially Black people. You know, Van. That's why we have to keep pushing. We got to keep doing this. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep doing it. So brother, Joshine, listen. Tell us what is up for you next. Like, I mean, you got your doctorate. So what's the next plan for you? What do you plan to do?
Well, I have a book, How to Properly Prepare for Parole. It's at the publisher right now. So I wrote a book on, just what it takes to, put your best foot forward in this system, not just in Maryland, but for everywhere. Even though I wrote it for here, here in Maryland, it's going to be for everywhere. But it's just the things that you get yourself, you have to go through in Maryland. Maryland is such a strenuous, arduous process dealing with the parole system. And so I wrote 3 chapters: the thought, the vision, and the plan. Once you think about it, Scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I said that you got to have a vision, and once you have that vision, you got to start planning on, how to carry out that vision. Mm-hmm. So it's just, 100, maybe 150 pages, and I put, my real exhibits in there, my real letters from family and all that, just to show the guys, how to go about being in here. Mm-hmm. But even though you don't see no light, you believe in the light that you see. So sometimes it looks like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but that didn't stop me from still striving to be the best person that I could be, because it's not, parole is not really about parole. It's about you proving to yourself that I'm a better person than everybody else says that I am. And so that that's the book that I got. I'm focusing on now, and all the other stuff in here, just helping people put together bills. I deal with a lot of people in here that really can't read or write or can articulate law. So I do cases and stuff in here. It's a great gratification to have went to school for that and to be able to put together a petition, and a guy to get his petition back and was like, man, feels good, gives you a hug, and because his appeal got granted, or his post conviction got granted, because of something that I've spent years and years and years studying, trying to perfect that craft. So that's just what I'm doing in there. Just still, like I said, just trying to be an example. I preach mostly every Saturday or every other Saturday in here. So that's something that I love doing. I'm around staff all day, so they get to ask questions. So just be an example. So when they don't see you as just a number, they see you as a human being.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing lately. Just just trying to be the best me, because I know and believe without a shadow of a doubt that God is moving. This is His season. And once you're in line in His season, there's nothing too hard for God. I believe that I'm getting ready to come out here. And like I said, I have so many different things to do when I get home. Not forgetting about the people that are incarcerated, but I have so many things to do for my family and everything. So I've just been studying and still educating myself, on just different things like real estate, physical education and stuff like that, to be a certified physical trainer. Just to be able to bring something to the table so that the youth won't be discouraged by me or any other type of way, but I want them to be focused and motivated when I come and approach them and spend time with them. I told my family that the best thing that you can do for these youth out here is to show them unconditional love, don't judge them, and be on their page. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been trying to do. Identify, doing little studies, listen to different types of music, trying to identify with them and see what makes them click. The same thing that makes them click is the same thing that made me click back then, and I knew what it took for me to come out of that. I don't want them to have to get a life sentence to come out of that mindset. And you said it perfectly earlier. If you don't change your mind, you're going to keep on going down that road, and that road is dark. It gets lonely. It's dreadful. It's just a process that you don't want to go through. So if I can help somebody not go down that path, that's what I'm going to do. So everybody that I come home to and that I can link up with, I heard you talking to Hamza and all the guys that's going down to Annapolis. I've already told people that that's some of the stuff that I want to do. You know what I mean? Go out there and be a peer recovery specialist so that I can, be able to identify with these problems that our young men and women are going through, sit down and be able to talk with them, show them love, and bring them out of that rut so they can be the best people that they can be.
Right.
So we dealing with a lot of champions. A lot of people have counted, especially the black race, they counted our kids out. You know what I mean? But I look at a whole bunch of champions. Yes. You know what I mean? I see a lot of champions. and I see the potential, and I can sit down with these young men and women and let them know and encourage them and bring out their best potential. A lot of people want to talk bad about them, or you're doing this and you're doing that. Or you're gonna be like your mother, or you're gonna be like your father. They wasn't good for anything. But I'm giving them life. The scripture says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." So I'm not gonna speak death to them. I'm gonna speak life to them. When you speak life to them, you can see the glimmer of hope that they have in their eyes. All they need is that person that cares for them and they're concerned about them, and that puts them on their way, that right path. So that's what I've been doing.
Wow. You are amazing. You really are. And
glory be to God.
Yes, I just sitting here listening to you, and again, my mind keeps going back to this man has a life sentence, but you talk with so much power, you talk with so much peace, you talk with so much authority, and I am just sitting here like, even on my worst day, I can't ever complain, or get all upset, because if you can go through what you're going through and still be positive and still speak life into other people, those of us who are out on the outside, we can do the same thing, because
most definitely.
Yeah, because we're able to walk around and see the sun and the moon and the stars, and so I just appreciate you for for who you are. And I wanted to ask you, when you got sentenced for this, did you ever think that you would be where you are right now, as far in terms of learning and the changes that you've made in your life?
I didn't think that I would be preaching or anything like that, but I knew that I wanted more for myself. I knew that was, that I didn't want to be in that situation, not because I got caught, but I just knew that wasn't the end of me. And I said, so when I get in here, I'm going to make the best of my opportunity. So I started going to school, and I got locked up in 98, and I started going to school in 99, a few months later. I said, I'm gonna do this right. I'm going to do this the right way. So, and in turn, doing it the right way, in respect to that, I never got offered to be in no gang, never was involved with any gang activity. As a matter of fact, I had respect from the gangs and stuff down there, able to talk to the leaders and some of the participants in that, being a staple in that prison in the young age, in my early 20s and my early 30s, all the way up until now. Every prison that you go in, you get to get that respect, because it's one of the ones where you're going to straddle the fence, you're going to be in or out, and they know that I'm 100% out. I'm not in anything. You know what I mean? So that's where you get the respect from, not playing around, not shuckling and jabbing, not straddling the fence. So it's my feet. I got straight feet. You know what I mean? I got a goal that I'm reaching forward to, and anything else is a distraction. And you can that from being home.
Right.
If you don't follow through with your plans, and you easily sidetracked by whatever the case may be, whatever these worldly cares are, it's easy to get off track. But one thing about me, and Sean Gardner can tell you, I'm a very focused man. You tell me to do something, I'm trying to get it done before the night over. That's just me. I don't procrastinate. I try to get the job done so we can see the accomplished goal which we're intended to do. So we're trying to do what we got to do to encourage people, but in turn, we're fighting trying to get out of prison. These life sentences are very, very hard sentences. So a lot of guys really don't even know the sentence that I have until they actually say something, or I let them know that that's the type of sentence that I have. And then when they know how much time I have in, then everything gets silent. And so when it gets silent, that lets me know that I have your attention. That's when I can minister to you without ministering to you, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah. So I never try to be overbearing with my faith, but just let them know this is where I stand. So you have men that don't cuss around me, this and never. So, because I don't do it. I don't cuss, and don't drink, don't smoke. I don't engage with, the things that jail has to offer. And that's just a testament of, just who God is in me. It's not me, it's who God is in me. You know what I mean? So I make him bigger than me.
Wow. And sometimes we have to go through journeys to find out where we're really supposed to be. We gotta go through these long journeys, and then we realize this is what we were supposed to be doing all the time. But because we didn't pay attention and we wanted to do things our way, we were doing other things. But situations will surely help you to find out, if you listen and if you pay attention, exactly where you're supposed to be. And so what you're doing now is what you were supposed to be doing all along.
I just wish that it would have been different circumstances, but bottom line is I'm here, and I'm going to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun to be in here. It's not cool. I guess some of the young kids think it's cool to come through here and because they in here with their homeboys and they're able to do certain things, but when you come to realize that you lost a lot of liberties, you know what I mean, seeing your family grow up, you can't go to, you know what I mean, the funeral for when your family dies or you lose a mother or you know what I mean, or a wife or something like that, you know what I mean, it's just hard to be in this situation. So I let them know it's, you know what I mean, it's nothing cool about being here. It's nothing fun about being here. It's nothing fun about losing your hair. You can turn in gray. It's nothing fun about none of that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they think it's a rite of passage to I guess to go through these things. But once you get through them, it's some of the young guys that you can really get through and you can talk to them and let them know, look, man, you need to stay away from A, B, and C, and you need to do A, B, and C in order to make it easier, you know what I mean, for you to get out of this situation. Because it's easy to get in trouble. It is 2 times as hard. It's hard as I don't know what to get out of trouble. I don't care how much money you have and who do you know, it's just hard to get out of trouble. But one thing that I do know, when you're on God's time, when the doors are open, the doors are open. When the doors are shut, trust and believe the doors are shut. This is a season, I believe, for the body of Christ that the doors are open, and I'm just waiting for them to call my name.
Yes. Well, I'm going to put you on my prayer list starting tonight. We have a prayer session every morning at 7:00. So I'm definitely, going to put your name on there for prayer because I believe that, if they move your parole, your time to go back to this year, I believe that God is working out something. He's working out something. So
I believe he's doing it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe it's already done. I'm just waiting for the manifestation of it.
Yes. And that's what it is. And you just keep holding on until that time comes. And like Brother Kemp said, you keep your head up, the whole time.
I sure will.
While you're waiting. And let me ask you this for the ladies. Are you married?
No, ma'am.
Because, listen.
I'm not. 100%. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship or anything. So thanks for asking, but no, I'm not.
Okay. Because people are watching. I try to ask questions that people really want to ask, but they're not gonna put in the comments. So I said, let me just go ahead and ask them. So no, ladies, he's not married. He's not in a relationship. You said you're 45.
I'll be 47 in July.
He'll be 47 in July. So so ladies, if you're praying for a man, pray for this brother. He might be yours. I don't know. Pray for him. But it's a lot of women out here looking for a good man. So we got one on the phone. Sean is already taken. So don't ask me about Sean. He's already taken. His wife is on the phone.
Please don't.
Let me just make that clear because I have never said anything about Sean's wife. So Sean's wife is on the phone, everybody. So don't ask me about Sean. He's already taken. But anyway,
yes, Mr. Sean, God is taken.
We got to clear stuff up because people will be looking for your name, where you at, and everything. So I've had a couple people to ask, like, when I have some of these guys on, they be like, well, where's he at? I never like to give that information out because that's not for me to do. But, so I just tell them, like, look, y'all, you might have to find these people the best way you can, but I don't really give that part of the information out. But yeah, ladies. So he is available. So, listen, before you all go, how can people purchase your book?
It's on Amazon. Okay. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere where they sell books. You can get it the ebook or the regular paperback book.
Okay. And it's called Behind the Wall, right?
Behind These Walls.
Behind These Walls. Behind These Walls.
Yes, ma'am.
And then
it was a play on my last name.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, Behind These Walls. Okay, I like that. And then I saw it now. I was watching you on YouTube. Is that your YouTube page?
Say that one more time.
I was watching you.
No, I think it's Prison Riot Radio.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we do that on Prison Riot Radio too. When we do little clips and stuff of messages or stuff that we want to talk about or let the public know. Prison Riot Radio.
Okay, so Prison Riot Radio. If you all want to go on and see this brother's, I actually listened to you today. It was really good, really inspirational. You know, and there's also for those of you who like, you know, wondering what he looks like, there's a picture of him on there too. And so you'll be able to go in there and watch and support and subscribe to it. And we have let me see if I'm saying this name. Corintios Sino says God is really moving and working. He is a mighty God. Yes, he is. And so remember,
what's his name?
It's Corintios Sino.
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 Oh, okay. That's one of the guys that I've locked up with named Severino Alcantara, nicknamed Sino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they said God is God is really moving and working. He's a mighty God. So listen, everybody, you've heard this brother's story. You've heard all of his. He said my Facebook name. He said his name is Sino, Sino. His name is Sino.
Yeah. Okay. He might just be going there. That was his real name. His other name, that was the name he was going with when we was locked up years ago.
Oh, okay. He said, yeah, my name is Severino.
Yeah, Severino Alcantara. He knows me. I know him.
Okay.
We locked up together.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. That's so cool when people are actually listening. You never know who's listening and watching. But that's so cool that these brothers are actually listening and tuning in. And thank you so much, Severino, for coming on and supporting. Now,
thank you for listening thank everybody for listening.
Absolutely. And like I said, this will still be up, you know, it stays up on social media, so people will come back and look at it later also. Before you go,
I'm gonna link that to my page then.
Yeah,
okay. That's what I'll do. I'll get the message from the information from Sean, and I'll link it to my Facebook page. So that's what I'll do.
Oh, you have a Facebook page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, this is totally off topic. How do they allow you to? Because you know what? All right, let me just ask you this. You and Sean this. I noticed on Facebook, they actually have like a Facebook dating. It's not an app, but it's like a page where those people who are incarcerated, they have their pictures posted up. And I said, how are they doing all of this stuff?
That was the first for me. I didn't know nothing about that. I just got a regular Facebook page. I don't know nothing about the other dating part of
Yeah,
like that.
you know, because it came up on my timeline on Facebook, and I'm like, wait a minute, how do they have? And it's seriously, like it tells what they're in there for, you know, how old they are, everything.
That's probably something that they can set up on there.
Wow.
I didn't know they had that. That's probably something new on there. Why I just never knew about it.
Yeah. I was surprised.
It's like a pen pal thing.
Oh, okay. Like a pen pal Facebook. Yeah, I didn't do that.
They also have groups for women who are married to guys, and it's called like prison wives groups. They have a few of them as well.
Well, I saw that. Yeah. I think they send me that stuff because I do these shows. So, you know, I peep at them to see, you know, what it's all about. But yeah, I didn't realize they had. I didn't even realize that they could do that. But and then also, so you said you're on Facebook, so that was surprising to me too that you all can be on Facebook. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I just when I go to work, I call my cousin, and you know he can turn the phone around, and you know I can see everything, and then I can respond back and all that stuff when I'm at work. So
you can't actually do it.
Or when you go on your visit.
Okay, so you can't actually do it yourself.
No, you can't do it yourself. You got to have somebody. Well, you have to do it while I'm right there, but you have to have somebody do it yourself. They don't have that function set up here.
Got you. Okay. So yeah, send me a friend request.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I sure will.
Yeah, and then you can just take the videos and stuff off of my page, and then let me see. Severino says, I'm writing from Dominican Republic, but I always stay tuned to my other brothers from another mother. I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah. You know, he used to listen to me preach about maybe 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
That is amazing.
That's a blessing to be here to know he's in the Dominican Republic and he's chiming in.
Yeah.
While we live. That's the blessing.
Well,
yeah. That you know the brothers haven't forgotten about you. So that's very important. That's very encouraging.
Hey, Tanya, how are you? And you know, that's the thing that I see. Like when we go down, we were going down to Annapolis, and just to see these guys, you know, coming out. And the one thing they said to me over and over was, because I was asking them, I said, why are you, what makes you want to come down to Annapolis and fight for these bills? And they said the reason they come is because they left brothers behind and they promised them that they were going to keep fighting, you know, as much as they could.
That's my job is too.
Yeah, yeah. And so
it's paying it forward. It's paying it forward because you got to think, when you're in here, and you're doing 15, 20 years, the people that you're around, they actually come more closer to you than your natural family.
Yeah.
So they feel as though when they leave, they try to make sure that they can do certain things for you, just to show you that it wasn't just a jail thing that, you know what I mean, we really bonded. You know what I mean, it was real brothers in there, you know what I mean, doing, you know what I mean, just being there one for another, because, you know what I mean, a lot of people, when you get locked up, you really see who your friends and family are. So a lot of the guys in here are more of a family member than your actually blood family.
Wow.
And that's because I guess you spend all day with them, you know what I mean? You got 15, 20, 25 years seeing the same people, you know what I mean? Y'all see several kids grow up and grow older together, you know what I mean? Those are the kind of bonds that you don't just leave prison and forget your brother behind. You got to make sure that you remember your family. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. And I already know when you come out, when Sean comes out, that everybody's going to be out here still fighting, like you know, fight while you're on the inside. I already know that. And, you know, it's actually a wonderful thing. And it gives those of us who are outside a different perspective and a different outlook on those who are incarcerated, you know, because of the pictures that are painted about those who are incarcerated. We only see one thing. And that's everybody in there acting crazy, fighting, you know. I mean, the stuff that they show us. And I'm telling y'all, stop watching this stuff. If you stop watching it, they have to take it off. And certain shows that they have on, you know, stop watching that stuff, because all this painting is a bad picture of the system. And we have brothers in there, like these brothers on the phone, the people we've been bringing to you week after week, brothers that are out doing what they're supposed to do. Those are the stories. That's what shows should be about, not about all of this other foolishness that's going on. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox. But you know, everybody is just telling you, I'm getting comments on here, you know, people just saying they enjoy what you're saying. Keep your head up.
Thank you very much.
You know, and we're definitely going to, like I said, I'm gonna put your name on this prayer list for tomorrow. You know,
thank you very much.
Yeah, when we have our prayer session in the morning time. And I just want you to, you know, stay motivated. Look forward to September. And like I tell guys when I go to see them inside and I'm getting them ready to go to court, I always tell them, like, you know what the date is that you're supposed to go in to talk to the judge or, you know, the parole people. But look past that date. Look past that date and think about what you're going to do past that date, you know, when you come out. You know, have that kind of attitude that when you come out, like, I'm going to go talk to these people on September 4th or whatever date it is, September 5th or 6th, whenever I come out, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. So focus on what you're going to do coming out, not so much on that particular day, but what you will do when God releases you and opens the doors and allows you to come out. And that's what I want to leave with you, because I do believe that God pushed that date back for a reason. And so, yeah, it's time for you to just start focusing on what you're going to do when you come out. So,
most definitely.
Yeah.
You stay ready. You don't have to worry about getting ready.
There you go. And before we go, is there anything that you want to share with us before we go?
I just thank you for the time and the opportunity just to be on this platform, LadyJ, and thank Ms. Gardner for, you know what I mean, getting the call through. I just want to tell everybody that even though, you know what I mean, things get rough at times, man, just keep your head up. Stay focused at the task hand. And remember that God is always in control, no matter how hard it looks. God is always in control. And I stay focused on that. I stay focused on that. I have a verse that I love, and it's an everyday verse, Psalm 62:5. It says, "My soul wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from Him." So I'm waiting on nobody else but Him. I don't trust in man. Man will let you down every time, but God will never fail you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So just stay ready.
That's right.
And that's all I have to say. I just thank you for this time, this opportunity, and all the listening audience, for those just being supportive. Stay supporting this. This is important. This is powerful, and this is needed. Thank you.
You are welcome. And listen, we had another comment on here I wanted to read to you. Sino said, "Speak it into existence. What you're going to do post-release." That's right, Sino. Speak it into existence. What you're going to do post-release. That's right. When you get out.
The same thing you just said. I received that.
Yes.
Thank you. I declare victory with that statement right there.
That's right.
Thank you.
And that's what we're going to be praying about.
Thank you.
Yes. That's what we're going to be praying about. So tell us again, I know you said you have a Facebook page, how people can, you may have to spell your first name for everybody. His last name is Walls, Walls, but spell your first name.
My first name is Joshin, Jachin. Last name is Walls, and it's Senior. You have to put Senior, because if you just put Joshin Walls, it'll go to my son's page. He's a junior, I'm a senior.
Okay, so Joshin Walls Senior. Y'all put a doctor in front of that. Okay, Dr. Joshin Walls Senior. I'm humble. Yes, we're gonna give him his props, okay? So we don't want to take that away from him. And what I want you to know, Joshin, Dr. Joshin, is that I don't look at you as a number. I look at you as a person. And I just want to say that I appreciate everything that you are doing on the inside to help those who are incarcerated, those who are walking down some roads that you already walked down. And I just want to say I appreciate you. If nobody's told you that, I just want to tell you that tonight. I absolutely appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate you too. Thank you.
And I look forward to meeting you in person.
I look forward to meeting you in person as well.
Yeah.
You got me motivated. I'm in this chair shaking, man. I look forward to the prayers tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
I'll make sure that I'm going to be touching in the green at 7 o'clock with y'all.
7 o'clock in the morning is when we do the prayer.
60 seconds remaining.
And so, Sean.
Okay, thank you. Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to put Sean on the phone.
Okay. All right.
Okay, hold on. Hello?
Sean, thank you so much. That he is amazing. And thank you for bringing him to our attention so we can get to know who he is.
Yes. He's definitely a team player, and he definitely does a lot for behind-the-wall mentors.
Yeah. And again,
you have 30 seconds remaining.
And Sean, before time runs out, I just want to say I appreciate you as well and everything that you're doing, okay?
Okay, I appreciate you too.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be heard.
Absolutely. Anytime, just let me know or give the information to your wife so she can get in contact with me.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right. Y'all take care.
All
right.
You too.
Thank you. So everybody, that was an amazing interview. Oh my goodness. I'm inspired. Oh man, I didn't see that, Sino. I'm sorry. I'll tell Sean to tell Sean's wife to tell him what you said, Sino. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. That was an amazing interview. Please do me a favor. If you want to help these brothers out, share the video. It's not for me. I don't care about the likes and the thumbs ups and all of that, but share the video so other people can see the greatness that's going on the inside. I hope that one day we will get to a place where, the media will find it within themselves. to do these types of stories. The same thing that I'm doing. You know, they can, I mean, they got way more money than me and way more equipment than me, so they could actually do something on an even grander scale. This man has his doctorate degree in prison. He got all of his degrees in prison, all the way up to a doctorate degree. I'm just like, I'm amazed. And it just tells you what I tell you all the time, the power of the mind. You have to change your mindset. You have to change people, places, and things in your life. And that's what Brother Joshine was saying on the phone, that he stays away from certain people. He doesn't engage himself in certain things. And this is what's been able to help him to grow in that type of, hostile and crazy environment. He's been able to grow. And I just thank God for both of them. I'm so glad that I was able to meet. I met Sean through Miss Leah Green and, and his wife. And I'm just grateful for the connections, because I want to be able to give them this exposure to talk. And I also thank all of you who tuned in and who, are giving them their props and saying all kinds of great stuff, because they need that. They're on the inside, and they need to hear that they're great, that we're praying for you. We're applauding you. Make sure you go to his Facebook page, Joshine Walls. Let me make sure I give you all the correct spelling of his name. And then his book is called Behind These Walls. And you can find it on Amazon. And you'll also be able to see the way his name is spelled too on there. Um, but his last name, his first name is spelled J-A. Let me see if I can put it in the comments. That might help. I meant to do that before. It's Jachin. J-A, yep, Chin, Walls, Walls, senior, okay? And you will be able to, if you put it in on YouTube, you'll be able to go to YouTube. I think he has, the ones I saw today, it was he had two videos up today. Um and oh, y'all, sorry. Why is it like, let me go back. I spelled this name wrong. It's J. This is why I don't like iPhones sometimes, because I'm saying it's supposed to be spelled this way. The iPhone is telling me it's supposed to be spelled another way. Let me see. Jachin. Okay. There we go, iPhone. Leave it the way I put it. There we go. That's his name. Joshine Walls Sr. Okay, so that's the way you'll be able to find him on Facebook. You can send him a friend request. Also, like I said, if you put that name, because that's all I did, I put his name in the search bar on YouTube, and it pulled up the videos. It's under Prison Riot something. But anyway, you'll be able to see it. You'll see him, and he's doing like a sermon. He's doing another talk to women. So check him out. And then Sean Gardner, make sure that you go and check out Sean Gardner. Um, Sean is, man, let me tell you something. Sean Gardner is amazing. And, again, the power of the mind. He has if you go online and look up behind the wall mentors. I can't get my words out tonight. Behind the wall mentors, you'll be able to see the group. And it says the goal of Behind the Wall Mentors is to encourage, teach, and inspire the youth. It's a mentor group that focuses on rebuilding the urban communities with at risk youth across America. Okay. And then, so Sean has Behind the Wall Mentors, because he's inside, he's serving a life sentence. Bakari Atiba has the extension of it beyond the wall mentors. And if you all were watching last week, Bakari was actually telling his story where he served 19 years. He was with, serving time with Sean. And so Bakari is now on the outside, and, they have this amazing program. So listen, we got to support our brothers and our sisters who are incarcerated and those who have come out. We got to make sure we support our young people. One thing that Dr. Joshine said is that we have to listen more. When the young people are talking, we have to listen. We can't just be doing this all the time. We're talking about when I grew up, it was such and such. Like, just stop all of that. Listen to what they're saying, because a lot of times, to be honest with you, some of these kids just want a hug. They just want a hug. They're so lost and they're so broken. It's not even about them out here acting up. They just want a hug. They just want somebody to say you're great. They want somebody to say I love you. I can't count how many times I've done that over the years. you know that's all they want. As a matter of fact, y'all, this is my last thing before I go, to tell you how real what I said is. I was at the airport Saturday, uh, leaving to come to Orlando, and I'm going through security checkpoint, and all of a sudden I see this young lady like running, and she was actually jumping over the little things in between, to kind of guide you around that long stretchy thing. So I stopped for a minute because I live in Baltimore. You can't you gotta look both ways before you keep moving. So I'm like, wait, hold. And she came up to me, and her coworkers were looking at her like, what is she doing? And she came up to me and she said, I gotta hug her. And when I looked in her face, y'all, I realized who she was. This was somebody that I mentored years ago. I mean, years. And it took me a few seconds before, when I looked at her eyes, I'm like, oh, I remember her, but I couldn't remember her name. And I remember way back then, she was so troubled because her mom had passed away. Then she lived with her grandmother, and her grandmother passed away. And then they put her here, and she was just so troubled. And I mentored this young lady, and the one thing I kept telling her is that you're going to grow up and be great. There's greatness in you. You have the potential to be whatever you want to be. And I continued to mentor her until she was moved somewhere else and lost contact. But to see her Saturday night, you know, just confirms what Dr. Joshine was saying, what Sean says, what I've been saying, is that when it comes to our young people, we have to listen. We can't always be the mouthpiece that's talking and, telling them what they should be doing, this, that, and the third. But we have to be that person that's listening. Sometimes you just got to be quiet and listen. I learned that from being in chaplaincy school. Be quiet and listen. Because sometimes people will say a lot of things without saying anything at all. So you listen. That's why sometimes I don't say anything when y'all be acting up and saying certain things. I just listen. Because you're saying a lot of things without saying anything at all. And you think I don't know, but I got you. So we gotta work on that with these young people, and we gotta help them to understand that going to a detention. I'm so tired of going to the detention center. And y'all, this last case that I was on, it kind of messed me up. I'm be honest with you. I really need to be in Florida right now because that was a lot. People don't even understand. They don't even understand. Um, it was a lot. And I'm so tired of seeing our young people going into these detention centers, not the one that I was working with, but the ones that were inside around him. Like it's a joke. Like they're on vacation. They're going to visit friends. You're in a detention center. And I sat there and I just watched. Like, do these young people understand this is a detention center? Do you understand that you're a felon now, that this is going to be on your record. Do you actually understand what's going on? Because I don't think you do. We were in court, and the judge is doing everything to let this young man go. Like, your handcuffs can literally come off right now so you can go home. And everything the judge told that young man, he decided, oh no, I don't want to do that. His lawyer said, do you understand, like, you're going to be able to just walk. You don't need a jury trial. You don't need any of that. Like, the judge is telling you he's going to give you another chance. But if you go for the jury trial, you'll probably end up spending way more time in the detention center than you need to. He looked at his attorney and said, I'll take the jury trial. The judge is like, I just offered him freedom. And the lawyer said, Judge, can you please give me a second? Please give me a second. Let me talk to my client. And I hear him telling the young man, are you sure this is what you want to do? You're going to have to spend time. They're going to convict you. The judge is saying you can go right now. He told the attorney very loudly, I want the jury trial. And away he went in the cuffs to go back to the detention center. It just makes me wonder, is home that bad that you feel more comfortable in a detention center? Is life that bad on the outside that you are willing to give up your freedom? We got to find out what's going on with these young people. Because I'm telling you, what my eyes see when I go in there as a chaplain and I see them, I'm telling you, they are so relaxed. Like, they are at home, chilling. One young man he wasn't even sitting on the chair. He was sitting on the window part with his feet up, just relaxing, talking to his friend, to his visitor, the person that was there. Y'all, we got to do better. We have to do better. So again, thank you to Dr. Joshine Walls for coming on What Up Baltimore. Thank you to Sean Gardner. Thank you to Sean's wife. I don't say her name only because I like to get permission from people before I say their name, because she might not want everybody to know her name. But thank you to her, because Sean actually calls his wife, and that's how I'm able to talk to him on the phone. We also have on Thursday night, I'm sorry, a text was coming through. We also have on Thursday night Monty, who, man, if y'all missed last Thursday, oh my goodness, y'all, it was hilarious, okay? I never met Monty in person. I've only talked to him on the phone, and I've seen a picture of him. But, we have a lot of chemistry. Now, don't take that the wrong way, because he's engaged too. Because I know y'all minds will start running, but we have a lot of chemistry when it comes to talking and doing the show. And I was telling Monty, like, everybody can't do this. This is not for everybody. But he is hilarious, and he calls his fiance, and so we come on Thursday nights, and Monty is serving a really long sentence, but hopefully in about 3 years he can go up for parole. But he was actually watching the show one night and had his a friend, I think it was a friend or his brother, I'm not sure, called me, and the show was over. So I'm like, oh, the show is over. And I ended up having a conversation with him and his fiance. And I was like, have you ever thought about, like, being on the radio or doing a podcast or something? He's like, yeah, I always wanted to do a podcast. So we came up with this thing where we would talk about like the questions that people have, but they're afraid to ask. Y'all know I'll go ahead and ask the question. And so last Thursday, we talked about relationships, prison relationships, because there's a show that comes on WeTV. It's called Life After Lockup and Love After Lockup. And so it deals with people who marry people who are incarcerated or get into relationships with people that's incarcerated, male or female, and it follows them, on the way out. Some of them get married and some of them don't. And so I do follow their show because I just think it's hilarious. And I love to watch the dynamics of people and just people like Monique and Derek, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. Like, Monique, you have to work on your self esteem. You really do. Derek does not want you. Derek is going to cheat. He's going to lie. He's going to do all of those things because Derek wants to do Derek. But he likes the fact that he has you when ain't nobody else around. So, Monique, come on, get it together. And so, anyway, I just went off the rail for a minute. But last week we talked about relationships, and so we're going to do a part 2 this week because we had a lot of questions and people commenting and stuff, and it was really funny because we were getting into it like, how do you do this? Like, it doesn't work for me. That's the thing. Like, that's how the conversation came up because we were talking one day and I was talking to him and his fiance, and I'm like, this is great. I'm glad y'all been in this relationship and, wanting to get married and stuff. But I don't understand it because it don't work for me. Like I was saying on the show, like I need my man to be present. I'm serious. Like I told him, like my love language is touch, and it's not touching the glass. I need you to be present. And so it was just a real funny show. I mean, we hit a lot of stuff, but it was funny, and like the energy, like I said, the energy and the chemistry that we have on the show just makes it funny. So y'all got to make sure you tune in on Thursday nights. It's called Behind the Wall, by the way. Behind the Wall. That's really popular. And I named it Behind the Wall because that's where he is, and I don't get to see him. So you just see me on the screen, but you can clearly hear him talking like you did with Sean tonight. And so make sure you tune in on Thursdays and support that brother because again, as we're doing stuff like this, even though I said it's funny, and we're laughing and joking, it actually gives them life. It gives them something to look forward to be able to say, oh, you're welcome, Sino. Thank you for being a blessing and a voice for the man. Absolutely, no problem. I've been doing this a long time, and I actually love it. Never thought I would be doing it as a chaplain, but like I told Dr. Joshim, what I was running away from was what I was supposed to be doing, and I ended up becoming a chaplain. And so now I can go in there anytime they need me to. But anyway, so yeah, so make sure y'all tune into that show, and then we have other shows going on. And the great thing now, y'all, is that we're on iHeart Radio, so you can go on iHeart Radio. You can see put in WUBO Radio, which is What Up Baltimore Online Radio, or you can put in LadyJ Media, and it'll pull up all of these shows, so you can share them because everybody's not on social media. And then we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Is that it? I'm missing something, but yeah. Anyway, it's all in the box up top. So I'm gonna go back and enjoy the rest of my vacation here. um, I got some wonderful days ahead, but y'all know me, I will still be working down here. The work does not stop because we have to work for our children. We have to work to leave a legacy for our children. So all the work I'm doing is not for me, it's for my future grandchildren and for me to leave something to my son. So I may not ever see the potential of what this can actually be. Even though it's been a blessing, it's been growing, like it's been amazing, but I may never see the full potential of what this is going to be. But at least I can keep building until these eyes close and my son has something to take over and it's something to pass down to his children. So that's why I keep working. Y'all make sure you pray for Brother Joshing. Let me put his name up again. Make sure you keep him in prayer. Pray for this brother, Brother Joshine Wall Sr. Now, let me tell you something. Only pray for him if you know how to pray. All right? Don't take offense to that. Don't take offense. Because I don't tell everybody to pray for me because some of y'all don't know how to pray. And so pray for him. Make sure that this is the prayer request for Brother Joshine, right? He has a life sentence. So the prayer request that I want you to do, this is the request I want you to pray about. Pray that when he go, I should have got the date for September because we got to pray for that date too. But I'm going to find out. He actually has a life sentence, but they are going to allow him, as he said, they told him, you can come in 2025. You can talk to the parole board. Then they went back and said, no, instead of 2025, you can do it September 2023. So what I want you to do, everybody, is pray that when Brother Joshine, and as we prepare for the upcoming months of September, that we will pray that Brother Joshine, let me get it right, Dr. Joshine Walls will go in to that parole board. He will answer every question. And we're going to pray for God to speak through him so they not hear his voice, but that they hear the voice of God while he's speaking. And we're going to pray that God will put it into their spirit to sign those papers and say, you have now been set free. That's the prayer. And we're going to keep praying because we need him out here with these young men. That now Michael Graham said, that's why I'm working so hard too, sister. Yeah, we gotta work for the next generation. We gotta work for the next generation. No excuses. No excuses. Hey, and how you doing, Mike? Good to hear from you. So everybody, that's the prayer, okay? Brother Joshine Walls. And not only Brother Joshine, Sean Gardner has a life sentence. And we've been talking about the past few weeks what Sean is doing on the inside. Sean has done a lot more on the inside than people on the outside have done. So we want to pray that something breaks. Something breaks. Something breaks. Something breaks where God will allow Sean to be able to go up for parole so he can come home to his beautiful wife and family. See, I believe God can do anything because I know what he's done for me. So I'm not one to play with that or say what he can't do. I believe he can do anything. And so we want to pray that prayer. So everybody have a good week. Have a great week. Be blessed. And remember this. Share this video because as you share this video, it's going to empower and inspire somebody else. That's what this thing is all about. And we have to be our brothers and sisters keeper. And we have to tell the story because you know what? Thank you, Training with Purpose. Oh, shout out to Training with Purpose. She said after you repeat it and then spell the man's name out, I had to go and look. Thank you, Training with Purpose. I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing your comments. You said go in there and look at his picture. Training with Purpose, did you see his picture? Okay. Oh, you said you love my look tonight. Thank you so much. Training with Purpose. Thank you. Yes, the power of the mind. Oh, yes, we got it. You know what, Training with Purpose? Yes, we got to get Young Lion. She said Young Lion will pray him up out of there. High five to you, Training with Purpose. High five to you. You know what? And I'm down here in Florida with him. I got to talk to him because maybe that's what we might do next Monday. I'm going to see if I can get Sean's wife on the phone and get that brother back on the phone because you know what? Exactly. That's what we need to do. Young Lion. We need him because, honey, Young Lion will have those prison doors shaking. You hear me? Young Lion don't play. He don't play. I cannot wait to meet him in person. I'm down here in Florida, him and his wife. Those two, let me tell you something. Those two will shake a prison door open, wide open. When they pray, it's like you just feel something going all the way through you. Oh, here's Young Lion right here. What the Young Lion say? He said, God bless you. Greetings to everyone in Jesus' mighty name. Y'all, this is Young Lion, right? When that, and Training with Purpose, thank you. She's on Twitter. I told y'all we on Twitter also. So the Training with Purpose, she's on Twitter. And let me go back. She said that we need to get Young Lion to pray for this man because Young Lion will pray him up out of there. And she is so right. She is so right. Let me tell you, Young Lion and Miss Anna, his wife, they don't play with the prayers, okay? That's why I said, in a very nice way, we want to pray for Brother Joshing. But if y'all don't know how to pray, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. You just send up some blessings, but don't pray. Just send up some blessings. But I'm going to talk to his name is Evangelist Kenroy Walker. I'm going to talk to him while I'm down here to see when we can set it up and get that brother back on the phone. And I'm going to ask Evangelist to pray for him. He going to light that prison up that night, y'all. So tune in. I'm going to see if I can do it next Monday at 8 o'clock. Because when Evangelist Kimberly finished praying for them, the whole prison going to be shaking. They're going to be wondering what happened. That brother does not play, okay? I mean, he be going in on the prayer. So listen, y'all. I'm going to get back to enjoying my vacation. Training with Purpose says she likes my hair. I thought that it looked a mess, but, you know, Training with Purpose said it looked good. So I Training with Purpose. Thank you. Thank you. And also shout out to Training with Purpose because there's an event coming up. Y'all, let me tell you this one last thing. One last thing. Don't go nowhere. Hold on one second. Let me find it. It's an event coming up. I meant to say this earlier at the beginning of the show. It's for the Ungers. Now, if you don't know what the Ungers group is about, I'm going to need you to go to Google. Come on. I'm going to need you to go to Google and Google that, okay? They are having an event. Let me just tell y'all real quick. And it's their 10-year anniversary. It's going to be on May 21st. This is going to be a formal event, okay? I'm definitely going to be there. The tickets are $40. You're going to have food, photos. It's going to be a DJ there. I went to a celebration they had a couple months ago. It was good, y'all. And so was the food. And so this is called Celebrating the Ungers. Please go and look up the Unger group. UNGERS. Go look it up and you'll find out what the Ungers are all about. They are having a 10-year anniversary, okay? If you're in Baltimore, if you're not in Baltimore, come out to it. Ask me where to stay before. Don't just come get any hotel. Ask me where you should stay. Okay. May 21st, 5 to 10 p.m. And this is going to be at is the place on here? I don't see the place on here. Anyway, I'll give you more information. But here, let me give you this number. 443-401-4692. Now, if you have been incarcerated and you're out, you want to come to this, okay? You want to come to this. Salim is going to be there. I met this brother a couple months ago. Great man. He was actually on the show not too long ago. What's the other gentleman's name? Why can't I never remember his name? I got to look up his name. Brother Hassan is going to be there and his wife Toy. It is going to be a great event. So listen, y'all, make sure that you get your tickets. This is for May 21st. I want to thank Training with Purpose because Training with Purpose does not live in Baltimore or anywhere near Maryland, and she's actually supporting one of the ladies is Joseph's wife. Joseph is serving a life sentence. She's actually supporting his wife. I'm not going to give her name, but she's actually supporting his wife to be able to come to this event because his wife does not live in Maryland. So I want to say thank you to Training with Purpose. We got the money for that. We're going to make sure that she is taken care of. Blessings to you for doing that. Absolutely wonderful, because you don't know this woman, but absolutely wonderful. We thank you so much for what you did. And if anybody wants to donate so another woman or another brother can go, they might not have $40 to go. At the bottom of the screen, you can cash app $ what up Baltimore. Put a note in there saying, this is for, a donation for someone to be able to go to this Unger event. This Unger event is to celebrate the men, and I believe it's one woman who were able to get out. And it's a 10-year anniversary, but it's too long for me to talk about. Matter of fact, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Toy and Hassan and Celine, Stanley Mitchell. I'm going to ask all of them to come on, and they can tell you what the Ungers are about. An amazing story, y'all. Amazing. And all of these people have come out. They got jobs. They taking care of their families. They're doing all the right things. This is what I'm talking about. Why is the news not doing this story? Why is Lady J the only one doing the story? It's ridiculous. They don't want to tell these great stories. I can't get on my soapbox no more. I'm tired. I gotta enjoy my vacation, because this just, it just boggles my brain, and it makes me mad, because this is a great story, and the media needs to be there. I hope they're coming. They probably are not, but I hope they are coming for the Ungers event. Lord, please let them come so I don't have to get on my soapbox. Please let them come and support these people. But yeah, so make sure y'all come out. So anyway, y'all, I think I'm going to go over to the pool here in Florida, because I got a lot of days ahead to just enjoy myself. But I'll be working, getting some stuff done. If you would like to be on the show, or if you know someone who is incarcerated, or they don't have to be incarcerated, you just have a great story that you want to tell, or you feel like your story needs to be heard, you can actually contact me. It's at the bottom, scrolling at the screen. I thought I had my phone number down there, but I don't. But anyway, you can contact me at LadyJMedia. And what is my email? My email is LadyJWUB@gmail.com. You can contact me there, and I will contact you back. Um, Yeah, I'll put this one up at the bottom. So they'll have all the information at the bottom, and you'll be able to call me. Let's say you want to host your own. See, some of y'all need to have your own show. That's the thing, too. Y'all better come on over here up on Lady J Media, because we are doing great things. I haven't even told y'all the latest stuff that we're doing. There's just so much stuff. And we got some great stuff going on. Let me see what Michael Graham is saying real quick. Michael Graham, let me go back. Because this is the other thing. I left my glasses, y'all, so I can't really. I am struggling to see. He said, "Yes, God knows what He needs already, because when I was given, Michael was given life." He said, "When I was given life, then I prayed so hard and prayed for my freedom, and God made a way for me to be free. So I do understand what He's going through." Y'all, I did not. Do you know how many times? Do y'all know how many times I have talked to Michael Graham? I did not know that. Let me put that up there and read it again. Let me make sure I read that right. He said, Michael Graham, yes, God knows what he needs already, because when I was given life, then I prayed so hard and prayed for my freedom, and God made a way for me to be free. So I do understand what he's going through. Oh my goodness. You just never know. You never ever know. I did not know that. And I've talked to Michael Graham in person. Listen, another brother out here doing what he's supposed to do. I had no clue until just now. Shout out to you, Michael Graham. Love you, brother. Love you. Like these are the stories. So I'm gonna have to get Michael on the show. I did not know that. I did not know that. I learned something tonight. And shout out to him. I wish brother Dr. Joshine, I wish he was on here so I could have read that to him. But you know what? Let me do a screenshot of this comment because I need to send this to uh, um, Sean's wife because I need this comment to get to Brother Joshine. But thank you, Michael, for that. I did not know that. Wow. And this man, let me tell you something about Michael Graham. Michael Graham is funny. Not only does he need to have his own show, he should be doing comedy. That man is funny, okay? But anyway, y'all, so I'm going to get going. I hope everybody has a great week. Continue to be blessed. And again, like I said, if you really want to help these brothers out, make sure you share this video. Make sure you do your part by sharing the video to let other people know that we have greatness on the inside. We have greatness on not the inside, but the inside of those walls, on the other side of those walls. There's greatness, men and women, and young people. And this is what we have to keep pushing. We have to change the narrative because if we don't change it, they're going to keep on running with the same thing. And if they don't take that show 60 Days In off, I hate that show. Hate it. Go do 60 Days In on Sean Gardner and Behind the Walls. Can y'all do that? Go do a show like that. I guess you think you wouldn't get any ratings, but go do a show like that. And then we got to see our brothers in there fighting and cursing and y'all, let me go sit by the pool because I'm tired. Let me go sit by the pool. Have a good night, everybody. Be blessed. God bless you. And God bless Brother Joshine. Put him on your prayer list. Evangelist Kenroy, I'm going to call you and your wife. What time is it? I hope it's not too late because I don't like calling people late. It's 9:40. I'm going to call Evangelist Kenroy up. Michael Graham said, enjoy and God bless you, sister. You too, Michael. Make sure y'all share the video. Love you. My name is Dr. Lady J. This is What Up Baltimore. And I am the CEO and owner of What Up Baltimore Online Radio. Make sure you check us out on iHeart. Look for WUBO or it'll be WUBO/LadyJ. Put one of those in there or LadyJMedia. And you'll see all of the podcasts coming up. And we got something great coming up, y'all. Y'all not ready for what's getting ready to come. Okay, you ain't ready for what's getting ready to come. Y'all not ready. All right, y'all. Bye. Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore Online Radio, where the people have the power.